What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again. And a lot of ladies ask if they should pay for half of the date. Should they go Dutch? The answer to that question is no. You should never pay for half of the date. Ever. I'm not saying if you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all been together for a while and you pay for your food, they pay for theirs. That's a different story. I'm talking about when you're going out on a date during the courting process. Y'all been out on one, maybe two dates together and you're paying for your own. No, you shouldn't do that. Why? Because what exactly are you accomplishing? A lot of people think that they are accomplishing something by paying for their food. Any grown-ass adult can pay for their food. So how are you separating yourself from anybody else? See, we have this thing that we do a lot of times as people, where we compare ourselves to the lowest common denominator. We say, well, I want to show somebody that I'm independent, so I'm going to pay for my own food. But everybody can do that. Being independent really isn't something to brag about. I don't know, maybe you might live somewhere, maybe you might have grown up with some people who weren't independent, but in reality, when we grow up and become adults, the majority of the people that we're going to come across are independent people who can pay for their own food, who can pay for a car to drive, pay for a place to live. And if not, those people are a non-factor to your situation. They're probably not even in the competition for the person you're trying to talk to. So it doesn't matter. So when you come out there and you pay for your own food, all you're doing is just shelling out some money for something. You're not proving anything. You're not showing them that you're different from other people. That is not really an investment in the situation. It's just a waste of money. If you really want to show somebody something and you want to use that money to a good purpose, use it to buy a nice dress, to get your makeup done. Use it to get your nails done. That's going to separate you from other people. If you want to separate yourself from other people, come out on a date doing something that other people may not do. A lot of people don't really take a lot of time to get ready for dates. A lot of people don't come out on dates and do research. Know a little bit about where you're going, have a good conversation starter, be able to talk about certain things. Also listen and understand what they're talking about. Those are the types of things that's going to make a person attracted to you. Those things are going to separate you from other people. Paying for your meal doesn't really help the guy at all unless he couldn't afford it, which you probably didn't want to be out with a dude that couldn't afford it, just to keep it real. If you want to separate yourself from other people, do things that other people can't do or that people don't generally do. Have great conversation. Be funny. Listen. These are things that people generally don't do because most people are self-absorbed and really don't think about how to make other people happy. So go out on a date and think about those things. That's going to set you apart. Not paying for your own meal, which is something that any adult could do. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, I don't want him paying for my meal because I don't want him thinking that I owe him something. I don't want him expecting to hit it. Guess what? A person's time is valuable. So just because you paid for your own meal, that's not going to change their expectation. It's not like, oh, you paid for your own meal, so they haven't invested anything. If they can afford to pay for your food, that means that they probably don't really care that you paid for your own. They actually spent time. You're acting like they were sitting at home with nothing to do and going out with you didn't take anything. They could have been out with somebody else. So it's not like they're not going to have some expectation. Now, whether you do it or not is on you. At some point in your life, you have to learn to say no. People are going to expect something anytime they put in any effort. That's why they put in effort, because they wanted to get something. I'm going to give you a little news flash. When guys take you out, they want to have sex at some point. Even if it's today, tomorrow, or next year, they want to take you out to have sex, period. That's why they're not paying for their homeboy's food. That's why they're not taking their homeboy on vacation. When do people expect to hit it the most? It's not when they spend $100 or $200 or $300 or even $1,000 on a date. It's when they call you to the crib for some Netflix and chill. When you sit over there and eat hot Cheetos out of a bowl, that's when people are expecting to hit it the most. Because they're like, I didn't put anything into this date, so this girl must be willing to let me smash with very little effort. So the expectation for you becomes higher, but what you get from them becomes lower. So paying for your own food and all that isn't going to change the expectation. All it's going to do is make it to where you're invested in a situation more and more and more and getting absolutely nothing out of it. So they don't have to invest, which means they're probably going to be on to the next a lot quicker. One of the biggest things that people don't understand about paying for themselves is the friend zone aspect. A lot of people don't realize that when two people go somewhere and pay for themselves, that generally signifies that they are friends and not in a relationship. Now, what often happens is you go out on date after date after date with somebody, paying for yourself each and every time. And what ends up happening is they stop seeing it as a date. They start seeing y'all as being homeboys. Basically, you're the female homie. And that's your role now. So then you get surprised when you find out that they're actually dating somebody else. You're like, whoa, I thought we were dating. And they're like, what? I thought you was the homie. We don't even go out on dates. We don't sleep together. We don't pay for each other's food and stuff like that. So I thought you was the homie. I didn't think you were interested. Now you're mad. You've led me on. You're a fuckboy. You wonder why this might happen to you over and over again. You're putting yourself in the friend zone. You're going out with somebody as a friend. You're not paying for their stuff. They're not paying for your stuff. You're going out with somebody as a friend. That is the friend zone. That's what that is. So you can't be surprised when you end up in the friend zone. Now, because you like the person, what you usually do is try to get out of the friend zone. How does that generally work out? Causes you to become a friend with benefits or a side chick. Because now you try to enter sex into the picture because you've been going out all this time, paying for yourself. So what are you going to do now? Try to ask this dude to pay for your dinner? And that's going to get you from friend zone to relationship? No, you're probably not going to do that. So what you're going to do most of the time is try to turn it physical. So now he hasn't been paying for your stuff and you're having sex. He's not really invested. You are. So what you're doing now is accepting the role of being either a friend with benefits, a side chick, or being in the friend zone. Because now you have to invest on the back end to try to get you guys back to a position where at least you see each other as more than just buddies or homies. So you're basically playing yourself in that situation. You're not helping your case. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody else. Peace. Don't be surprised when people treat you the same way they treat everybody else. That's what they do.